Good afternoon and welcome to Pakistan Today News from our New York studio. I'm Chris Taylor. We begin tonight with tragic news from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. At least 9 members of a single family were killed and a child injured after a massive avalanche struck their home in the remote Sarigal Damal area of Lower Chitral following heavy snowfall, according to officials. Rescue teams from Rescue 1122, the Pakistan Army, Chitral Scouts, and local volunteers worked through harsh conditions to recover all 9 bodies. The injured child was pulled out alive from the debris and rushed to hospital for medical treatment. Authorities have urged residents in mountainous regions to remain alert as severe winter weather continues and safety advisories remain in place. For more on the situation in the region, we're joined by our correspondent Adam Khan, reporting from the northern areas.
Chris, officials here say the avalanche was triggered by days of intense snowfall that weakened already unstable slopes in the lower Chitral region. Rescue operations were challenging due to blocked roads, freezing temperatures, and limited visibility, but coordinated teams managed to reach the site in time to save the injured child. Local authorities are now assessing nearby villages that may be at similar risk, particularly homes built close to mountain inclines. Residents have been advised to temporarily relocate if conditions worsen, as more snowfall is expected in the coming days.
Thank you, Adam Khan, for that update. Staying with the weather, heavy snowfall has also hit several other parts of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Murray, disrupting travel and leaving residents stranded. Officials say Rescue 1122 teams, with support from the Pakistan Army and local authorities, are conducting ongoing operations in Tira Valley, Painda China, Dawatoy, and Bagh Maidan. More than 100 people and around 50 vehicles have been evacuated to safety. Displaced families have been shifted to shelters and provided with blankets and warm clothing, while vehicle entry restrictions remain in force in some areas. The Met Office forecasts more rain and snowfall from Sunday to Tuesday and has urged the public to stay prepared. Meanwhile, Punjab's Information Minister Asma Bukhari has strongly urged tourists to avoid traveling to Murray as heavy snowfall continues to batter the hill station. Officials say accommodation is fully booked and Murray has exceeded its vehicle capacity, raising serious safety and overcrowding concerns. The government has advised visitors to postpone trips until conditions improve, stressing that public safety remains the top priority as road conditions deteriorate. Turning to the economy, International Monetary Fund Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva has praised Pakistan's economic reform efforts. Speaking on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Georgieva said the government has seriously embraced the IMF-backed reform program and that the fruits of those actions are already visible. She noted that improved budget discipline is generating resources that can be used to improve people's lives and expressed respect for Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's commitment to reform implementation. Georgieva also emphasized the importance of continuing reforms to build long-term economic resilience. In Islamabad, Pakistan and Somalia have agreed to deepen their security cooperation by strengthening training, border and disaster management, and by coordinating a joint strategy against terrorism. The agreement was reached during a meeting between Interior Minister Mohsen Naqvi and his Somali counterpart Ali Yusuf. Pakistan also announced visa facilitation for Somali citizens traveling for education and medical treatment and pledged full support in policing and counter-terrorism efforts. The Somali Interior Minister expressed hope that the visit would expand bilateral relations and formally invited Mohsen Naqvi to visit Somalia. On the education front, UNESCO's latest Global Education Monitoring Report 2026 is urging governments worldwide to give youth a meaningful seat in education policy decisions. The report notes that most countries lack formal youth representation at decision-making levels and that student satisfaction with their influence remains low. In Pakistan, President Asif Ali Zardari and Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif have emphasized empowering young people through skills and education. UNESCO-hosted events in Islamabad also aimed to bring students into policy discussions ahead of the International Day of Education. Finally tonight, a new United Nations Environment Program report has revealed a stark imbalance in global financing for nature. The report says that for every $1 invested in protecting nature, $30 are spent on activities that damage it. In 2023, nature-negative finance flows reached $7.3 trillion, largely from private sector investments and harmful public subsidies in sectors such as energy, agriculture, and construction. In contrast, funding for nature-based solutions stood at just $220 billion. The report is urging a major shift towards sustainable investments to meet global biodiversity and climate goals by 2030. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Chris Taylor.